And no, this is not my favorite team. I'm just wearing this jersey because I look good in it. You feel me? So, Renzo gang, how y'all doing? This is another death battle. Remember I told y'all I made a poll and I asked y'all to go vote? This is one of those. This one is Death Battle. Gogeta versus Vegito. For my Dragon Ball fans, my anime Dragon Ball fans out there. Yeah, this is the ultimate battle. So you got the fusion dance versus the Potara earring. Mm, mm. I know y'all love this. This comparison has been around since we've seen these two fusion transformation characters. Of course, Vegito was introduced first during the Majin Buu saga. Then he returned during the Goku Black saga, the Zamasu saga, and Dragon Ball Super. Then you had Gogeta. He came, but he was non-canon when he in the during the fight against Janemba, and then he became canon during the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Both him, both Vegito and Gogeta were both Super Saiyan Blue in Dragon Ball Super. Man, only thing I'm waiting on now, I'm waiting on Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. We've got the regular Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, even though two of those were non-canon. Super Saiyan Blue was canon, unfortunately. But Vegito definitely was canon. So Renzo gang, we're gonna dive right on into this. I'm through talking. I know y'all tired of listening to me talk. Anime fans, let's see what fusion is the most ultimate. Let's get it.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Mm.
Last one! Man, these things are so easy to find nowadays.
Yes!
One of my favorite
now,
animes
with
of all
this
time.
ultimate power,
Outside of Yu Yu
can
Hakusho.
finally conquer
Have
the
Gogeta
world.
fight Vegito!
What?
Oh, come on! It's the ultimate Dragon Ball question! Which fusion of Goku and Vegeta is stronger? Gogeta, the combo greater than legends, or Vegito, the mix who surpassed gods?
Intriguing. They are in many ways
Woo.
identical, yet
Boy.
still quite different. Though in canon, they only have a collective total of 3 brief appearances. To truly determine who would win, let's examine all of their material.
So that's Z, GT,
I don't know. I like
Silver,
both. I'm
movies,
sorry.
games,
I just cannot
guidebooks,
choose. I
toys,
like
Twitter,
both
even
Vegito
all the
and
crazy
Gogeta.
Xenoverse and hero stuff.
Hold on to your Dragon Balls.
He's
like
wears
both of
that
them.
boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I don't know. I like both.
Imagine
Sorry.
it's 1995 and you're at a movie theater in Japan. You're there to watch Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, and it's gonna be the most radical movie ever, dude. I mean, yeah, it was a little weird when Adolf showed up, but then it happened. Goku and Vegeta were pushed to the brink with only one option left. They merged into a single being of amazing power.
Fortunately, that's not
Gogeta!
canon.
And that would be the
That
greatest
Gogeta's
thing
not
8-year-old
canon.
you ever saw.
Fortunately.
Yep, you peaked at 8.
Fun fact, while Vegito had already debuted in the manga 2 months earlier, Gogeta was created first. After all, the movie had been in production throughout the previous year.
Oh, so he was
Saiyans,
created
the
first.
proud
Okay.
son of royalty and the lower class champion becoming one epic powerhouse? This is the true potential of Goku and Vegeta. Easily a top 5 Dragon Ball moment. Hey, nothing beats the first time we saw Super Saiyan, but I think this comes close.
This method of fusion was taught to Goku by the Metamorans, a mysterious alien people who we never actually see.
But I'd guess they like wearing crop tops with inflatable shoulder pads. Anyway, when Goku taught this fabled technique to Goten and Trunks, It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen.
This is
Piccolo
the
was so
fusion
embarrassed.
dance. On top of an incredibly precise movement routine, this technique requires both parties to match power levels in order to
Gotenks
fuse
talk too much.
successfully.
I couldn't
A literal
stand
personification
Gotenks.
of the
He talk
phrase,
too
only
much.
as strong as the weakest link.
It's pretty easy to screw up, trust me. But if you nail it, you're
I would
the
love to see
baddest
Gohan
mother effer on
fuse.
the planet.
Though not part of mainline canon, Goku and Vegeta first used this to battle Janemba, a demon basically composed of essence of evil. Probably smells like cats. Gogeta defeated him in less than 2 minutes. 20 years
Yep.
later, Gogeta would become canon to conquer one of the most dangerous entities in the multiverse, Broly.
Obviously, Gogeta's super powerful, but I think his
And that was the
most
first time seeing
underappreciated
Gogeta
skill is
not
how
Super
he comes
Saiyan.
up with awesome attack names. Like the Big Bang Kamehameha,
God
Stardust
Kamehameha,
Fall,
God
Meteor
God, Punisher,
Explosion, and the
Transmission,
ultimate
Kaioken.
villain killer,
Oh, you can
Stardust
Kaioken, okay.
Breaker.
A fancy-looking attack that completely obliterates all traces of evil within a target.
That's how it took out Janemba in one shot. The guy was literally made of evil. Or cats.
Weirdly enough, this is similar to Devilman's Devilmight Beam, which causes the evil within a person to explode and
Oh, you mean Spike? That guy's hilarious. Which obscure character are you gonna
Dragon
reference
Ball.
next? Icarus? Sour Man? General Rildo? Oh man, that guy's just one letter off from General Dill.
Over the years,
Dude,
Gogeta has
stop.
achieved the empowered forms of Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Blue, and even Super Saiyan 4 in his battle against Omega
Too
Shenron.
bad Super Saiyan 4 is not
is
canon.
a
That's one
totally
of my
unique
favorite
branch of
forms.
transformation. Instead of using Divine Ki like Super Saiyan God, it taps further into Goku and Vegeta's Saiyan bloodline, giving them fuzzy red fur and teen goth eyeshadow.
Goku has also claimed this form increases a Saiyan's
I'm not gonna lie, Super Saiyan 4 low key was a dope creation. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first seen that, when I first watched Dragon Ball GT, I'm not gonna lie, Super Saiyan 4 was dope. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was dope.
inherent aggression, though you wouldn't know it with Gogeta. He basically becomes Dragon Ball's Bugs Bunny, reveling and messing around with his foe any way he can.
Until the fusion runs out. That's right, the fusion dance has a time limit of 30 minutes. This can
That's
be
one thing
reduced
about the
even
fusion
more
dance
if
I don't
Gogeta
like.
uses up a lot of energy. Against
Especially if
Omega
you use up a lot
Shenron
of
and
energy, a lot of
GT,
power,
you split
you're
apart
not
after
gonna
about
stand
10 minutes.
that far
Just
long.
more evidence that the amount of power Gogeta possesses is enormous. Even repeatedly striking Broly so hard that the boundaries between dimensions shattered like glass wasn't enough
Then
to
he
burn
became
through
Super
his
Saiyan
time.
Blue.
Hell, he was only in Super Saiyan 1 when he did that. After going blue, Broly didn't stand a chance. Based on
Absolutely
earlier in
not.
the film, Whis' reaction even implies that Gogeta could possibly take on Beerus.
In Dragon Ball Heroes, Gogeta
Of course.
continues to prove he's one of the multiverse's S-tier fighters. He even defeated the Crimson Masked Super Saiyan Rose Full Power Goku Black and Ultimate God Slayer Hearts the God Hater. You know, those guys.
And 2 Gogetas together could take on Fu.
That's not fair.
Just
Two
Fu.
Gogetas, that ain't
After
fair.
all that, he's just called Fu.
Dark King Fu, the artificial bio-android demon mutant. He has Saiyan, Namekian, Earthling, Majin, and Eternal Dragon DNA.
Wow.
Is this fan fiction?
Hearts the
Basically,
Godwinder
Cell.
claimed Fu could become an entity akin to Zeno, that little blue baby who can erase a multiverse with a thought.
But these Gogetas achieved even stronger forms than before. One was in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, the boosted form Vegeta achieved during the Tournament of Power. The other was Super Saiyan 4, but not just any Super Saiyan 4. He was Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker. I
Oh.
think my tongue is permanently twisted now.
These 2 forms fighting side by side implies that, at least in this iteration, both are similar if not equal in power.
Gogeta's so cool! And there are tons of people who think he'd win this
This gotta
matchup.
be
In Weekly
Budokai
Jump
too.
issue 28 from
Right there.
1995,
That Dragon
the
Ball
fusion dance was
Budokai
stated to unify Goku and Vegeta's spirits and draw out their power to the max. As long as a fight with Vegito lasts less than 30 minutes, the magazine says Gogeta should win.
And then in the video game Raging Blast, there's a what-if scenario where Gogeta beats Vegito in a sparring session. But he was about to run out of energy, so maybe it could have gone either way.
Though with his power and skill, it's unlikely any opponent would push Gogeta to his limit. 2 of the greatest warriors in history merged together as one. What more could you want as a fan? And what more could you fear as a foe?
Okay.
It's the spring of
Now,
1995. A demonic
got
menace has
Vegito.
threatened to consume the world in chaos. Goku and Vegeta were pushed to the brink with only one option left.
I remember the first
Fusion!
time they
used one of their
showed
most incredible
Vegito,
techniques
I
to
was
become
like,
a merged
yo,
being of
because I was still, what,
unimaginable
elementary
power.
school?
Does this sound familiar?
Man.
But there wasn't time to teach Vegeta an awkward dance routine he'd ultimately despise. Instead, they used the Potara.
Only the gods themselves.
Now the Potara earrings, those are permanent. Once you put those on, that's it.
Could rock bling like this.
I low key,
That's
I low
right,
key
the
would,
Potara earrings
I ain't
come
gonna lie, Renzo gang. I ain't gonna lie. I low key would rock the Potara earrings. Cause I like hoop earrings now. I low key would rock the Potara earrings.
from the Kais, the gods that supervise the universes.
By placing one earring on each person's opposite ear, the Potara forcibly fuses the two beings
That's
together.
right.
No power level matching required. In this case, Goku and Vegeta fuse to become Vegito.
Okay, seriously, Vegito? Couldn't they have a better name?
It's not that bad. And remember, Fusion Reborn started production well before Toriyama penned Vegito's first appearance.
So, Toei called dibs on the better name, huh? But still, shouldn't it be like Vegiko? Not like that's much better either. Why Vegito?
Vegito.
It makes more sense in Japanese. Vegito is formed from the first half of Vegeta and the latter half of Kakaroto. This is why Viz Media
Kakaroto.
actually translated it to Vegerot.
Oh, that one sucks too. Okay, Ford now, let's talk about how he blows shit up real good.
Vegito has numerous techniques that are entirely
It looks
his
so
own,
good in
many
Super
of which are
Saiyan Blue. I ain't
fittingly
gonna lie.
perfect
Vegito looks
combinations
good
of Goku and
in Super
Vegeta's
Saiyan
signature
Blue.
moves, such as the final Kamehameha, formed
Ooh,
like
that-
Vegeta's final flash, but fired like
Ooh,
Goku's
I love that
Kamehameha
move.
way. He's got a spirit sword.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like the final Kamehameha a little better than the Big Bang Kamehameha, but not the 100 times. The Big Bang, nah.
The Saiyan Shield, and the Banshee Blast. Which,
I do like
no,
the
it's not the
Spirit
Ghost
Sword.
Attack you're thinking of.
With Goku and Vegeta's powers combined, Majin Buu was no match. Super Vegito
No
was so
match.
friggin' powerful that even being turned into candy didn't slow him down. It
Bruh,
just
he
made him
was tearing-
delicious.
he-
His level of power had transcended
He
to
was
such
turning
an
Majin
impressive
Super
degree
Buu
that he was
everywhere
capable of
but
effectively
loose.
ignoring having his matter entirely altered and his DNA eradicated.
He beat the
He
wheels
continued
off of
on
Super
as
Buu.
the incredible
He
fighting
was turning him
candy.
everywhere
No
but
mouth,
loose, and that was
no brains, no
Fusion.
organs
That was
of any
Ultimate
kind,
Gohan
and he
Fusion
still
Super
kept
Buu.
slapping around that
That's
big
how-
pink ass.
Phrasing. Presumably, this is similar to how Vegeta overpowered Babidi's mind control, or how Goku broke through Hit's time skip with Kaioken. A greater power level can overrule basically anything a
And it
weaker
did
one
kill
does.
Goku.
Though, to be fair, the Super Candy is a pretty extreme example.
But Vegito's a pretty extreme guy, even for the Dragon Ball multiverse. He later got that godly blue hairspray and beat the crap out of merged Zamasu, a double deity. Like a fusion dick measuring contest, but not at all close.
Though similar to his dancing counterpart, Vegito's time ran out after he overtaxed himself.
Which was kinda weird. Back in the day, they said these Potara fusions were permanent. Turns out it's
Yeah,
only permanent for Supreme Kais. Vegito's form can last up to 1 hour before splitting apart, but can be shortened severely if he goes full tilt. In the manga, Vegito formed after Zamasu fused, and split apart when they expected fused Zamasu to have 20 minutes left, meaning he cut his time down to 40 minutes at most, though in the anime it was way less since he tried to quickly overpower Zamasu with a single attack.
The Potara have their own set of rules. Unlike the fusion dance, this form is maintained by the
Capital.
power of the earrings, not the fuses
Caulifla or
themselves.
something
As
like that,
such,
whatever her name
destroying the earrings ends the fusion.
And if you slap the Potara on while in a Super Saiyan form, you can't power down while fused. So if Goku and Vegeta aren't careful, they can find themselves draining power when they don't need to. But surprise,
Yep, that's
Vegeto's
what they
got
about
into his
about
own
these
Super
fusion
Dragon Ball
techniques.
Hero shenanigans, and he's got the full power Red Fur 2. Look, Wiz, I think I'm having deja vu.
Aside from Fu, he's battled
Quiet.
heavy-hitting threats to the
So,
multiverse like Cumber
boring,
and
man.
Mekikabura.
And just like with Gogeta, there's plenty of people who think Vegeta would win this fight.
Daisetsu's 4 and 7, basically two Dragon Ball encyclopedias, claim that the Potara fusion is superior to the fusion dance.
Old Kai said this too, that the Potara provide a greater effect.
Though they both may be referring to what was believed at the time to be a permanent fusion. Not having to worry about overspending your time limit would certainly be a greater effect if it were true.
But hey, there's nothing that can get in the way of Vegito's awesome power. Gods and demons alike are no match. When there's no one strong enough to save the day, then perhaps two will do.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Battle, baby.
Battle.
That's BETT.
What is this madness?
Whoa, Vegeta! Am I really that much taller than you?
Stuff it, Kakarot! You... Jump! Go!
Ultimate battle. Vegito versus Gogeta. Let's go. Super Saiyan 4. What if Gogeta goes Super Saiyan 4? I already know this. There's only one.
Not bad. Want to kick it up a notch? Sure. But how about some variety?
You would go Super Saiyan. Okay. Since we going there. Had to go there. Big Bang coming out now, finally coming out now. Bro, he's really trying to destroy the whole solar system. Okay, now we're doing some sand. Snake would annoy me so bad watching Dragon Ball Z. I was so annoyed at the Snake would. Oh, so annoyed.
Gotcha! Guess it's now or never.
I can see Vegito. I want to see Vegito go Super Saiyan 4. Dragon Fist. Fist. Oh! Oh! Wow. Okay then.
Oh man, that was epic! Totally worth the wish.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
guess
was
we
epic.
probably could have solved a lot of world problems with that.
I suppose world domination can wait another year. This fight was incredibly close. No, seriously, how could it not be? They're almost
Yeah, it was
exactly the
close,
same
I'm not
person.
gonna
With
lie
a
to
few
you,
minor
it was
differences
close.
here and there, like signature attacks. Neither Vegito nor Gogeta had one single power that provided an absolute edge over the other.
Except perhaps Vegito's longer time limit, though it's not so clear cut. Both have overtaxed their energy quick enough to end their fusions in less than 10 minutes. Time isn't the only factor, but also whatever is maintaining each fusion. Gogeta's body and Vegito's earrings. It's possible Vegito's power can actually drain the Potara faster than Gogeta's does his own body.
Still, it's twice the time, and that definitely gave Vegito more flexibility and strategy. So more often than not, it's safe to say Gogeta would run out of juice first.
Also, when Vegeta or Gogeta defuse from power overuse, it's typically difficult for them to immediately fuse again due to that lack of energy.
But Vegito had another one over Gogeta. No matter what, he'd always have a very slight power
And once
advantage.
you
Remember
leave
how
out
the
those
fusion dance
transformations, you
requires
can't
the
go
fusers
back.
to match their power levels? Well, the
For a while.
Potara don't need that.
Goku doesn't need to match Vegeta's slightly lower power levels, so there's nothing stopping Vegito from combining the full sum of their parts.
Ah, poor Vegeta. You'll get your day in the sun one day, buddy. Oh, who am I kidding?
This might be what Old Kai was referring to when he said the Potara had a greater effect.
But hey, could Gogeta have destroyed the earrings? Nope! He would have had to be able to overpower Vegito first, like how Goku could only destroy Kefla's earrings after he reached Ultra Instinct.
Remember, when comparing levels of power in Dragon Ball, the greater one can overrule
That was one
almost
of the best
anything the weaker one
Kamehamehas
does.
ever.
The earrings likely tend to be protected by the user's ki aura, similar to their clothing.
The only time we've ever seen Potara damaged or specifically targeted are when the wearer is overwhelmed or in a vulnerable state. If any stray ki blast could destroy them, we'd have a lot more broken earrings by now.
Lastly, there's some debate over their personalities. In their first appearances, Vegito seemed rather cocky and playful against Boo, whereas Gogeta was far more deliberate against Janemba, and thus far more successful. However, these are not core personality traits, and assuming so would be inconsistent with Vegito's serious fight with Zamasu and Gogeta's more brash fights with Broly and Omega Shenron. Context is key. As far as personality and mental ability goes, Gogeta and Vegito are practically identical. In the end, Vegito's higher power level, no matter how slight it was, made a big difference in protecting and maintaining his longer, more flexible time limit.
Gogeta was gonna need meta more than that to beat Vegito.
I would like to see
Sorry,
Goten
Wiz,
go
I knew that
Trunks,
pun was
with the
Potara.
Potara
Wait, shut up.
Earrings.
Earth's Dragon Balls give 2 wishes, right?
Oh,
Trunks.
yeah. Hey, Shenron, I wish for you to fuse me and win! The winner is Vegito.
Alright, Renzo gang. The ultimate fusion, ultimate battle. Gogeta, Vegito. Unfortunately, Vegito won. I like both, and honestly, it's kind of hard to choose between the two. I like both. That's all I'm gonna say. I like both. So, with that being said, Renzo gang, I'm gonna see y'all next time. But before I go, make sure y'all hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel so you can be able to see more of these. Yeah, Renzo gang. I love y'all. I know you love me too. That's why you keep coming back, Renzo gang. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next time. I got 2 more death battles that's on my poll. I'm gonna drop for y'all. So that being said, Renzo gang, I'll see y'all next time. You feel me?